here with your Sunday Ask Susan, the place to be every Sunday. Let's just wait a second for all the algorithms to kick in, let people know we're going live. Got my computer glasses on. I love them, right? It just makes being on the computer so much more ease for my eyes. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, questions today is a lot about questions. One of the things I've become aware of is people say, well, I'm asking a question and nothing changes. Or what's the point of asking a question? So we're going to be diving deep into this one. It's about being aware. Hey, Dee, welcome, welcome. It's about being aware of what it is you're asking for. Hey, Kathy, welcome, welcome. People are hopping on. Tell us where you're from. We have an international community. Dee already, way ahead of me, Dee. Thank you so much. I'm just going to get my notes up because I am so grateful when people write me, whether it's on Facebook or in my notes, whether you reply to the Ask Susan newsletter, wherever that is. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. Let me see if I can find the questions that I wrote down. Here we are. Good, good, good. Okay, well, we're going to start. We're going to dive in. So I'm just going to read you a few of the comments. When I ask people, what does a question mean to you? Right? And so here we go. From Emily, I've a question. I feel that often I'll ask a question to give body to an idea, a theme, or something I'm searching for. The question is the beginning point of the development of a new direction, or a confirmation of the chosen path already begun. Cool. Hey, Frederic, welcome. Mwah. Cheryl, I mostly use questions for clarifying people's intents or intentions so that I'm not assuming anything. So if you're just hopping on, I'm reading comments. Again, I really love it when you write me either on Facebook or answer the newsletter or just PM me with what's popping for you. And the question I ask is, what does question mean to you? So Cheryl says, I mostly use questions for clarifying people's intentions so that I'm not assuming anything. Patricia, to stop overthinking monkey mind and to get my thoughts off the hamster wheel. Indeed, was a yes for that. Margot, create a vibration, open up the inner box of infinite possibilities. And Martine, get an answer. So you can see we have the gamut here. So as you're coming on, I would love for you to just write in. Hey, good morning, Patricia. Good morning. What does a question mean to you, right? Like, we're not actually taught to ask questions, right? When we're very little, we're taught by somebody who says they love us, this is the answer. Why are you always asking questions? Here's the answer. I just told you what to do. Why are you asking questions? So how much were you negated? Was your knowing negated in the questions you were asking? And how many of you stopped asking questions that had to come from a space? Hey, Nazreen, had to come from a space of consciousness, right? When we're little and we're asking questions, there's genuine curiosity in there. And we're asking from that space of space. It's like, I'm curious. So, if you've stopped asking questions that come from space, right? You might ask yourself, wow, at what age was I taught not to ask a question, right? At what age was I taught? A question is a reflection of somebody else's point of view. So when we go into the school system, we're taught to memorize the answer to a question so you can pass the test. Yeah? How many of you did really well on passing those tests? Not a lot of us. If you know what? It's the way that you were trained is the way that you play with questions. So one of the people that wrote me asked me, well, what is it? You often talk, Susan, about being the question. So let's play with that for a minute. Again, when you're very young, you have the energy of the question that you're asking. So, if you're not willing to be that energy of the question, if you've already decided, if I ask this question, if I don't get this answer, or I'm asking this question for proof of what I've decided should be happening, or I'm asking this question for validation, like, do these pants make me look fat, actually is not a question, right? So to really be, hey Jenny, welcome, welcome, to really be in that space of being the question. And I'm just doing a little sidebar. I'm talking about this today, I'm asking questions about this today because it seems like this week was the week that everybody popped on and what a question is. And how to ask a question, and I thought, wow, what is that that's popping in the universe right now? You know, how many people are actually being introduced for the very first time? What being in the question is all about, right? So when you ask a question, are you asking from survival? Or are you asking a question from the expansiveness of possibilities? Because a question from survival, hey Ratan, welcome, welcome. A question from survival is when we're actually not asking a question, we're looking for direction from someone else's point of view. So how many of you have seen someone progress or have seen somebody else been successful in this reality, and you're asking a questions based on what you've decided their reality is? Like, how can I have that? Is not a question, right? Because you've already decided what that is. So this is not a dialogue or a monologue, it's a conversation, so hop on in with your yays and your nays. If you've just popped on, I read about 5 or 6 comments that people have written us, either written me personally or written on the Ask Susan Facebook, and I thought we'd start off with that as a starting off point. What does question mean to you? What questions do you have about questions? I was reading this morning some information that really struck home with me, and the information was, do you ask a question from survival? Or do you ask a question with acknowledgement and gratitude for where you are now? And truly, what else is possible in the question that you're asking? Right? Are you asking a question of you? From you? Are you including gratitude? Are you including the possibilities of the universe? Or are you asking a question to get the answer that you've decided you need to have? So, let me know what's popping for you. It's really almost due diligence, to be aware, not to judge yourself, right? When you're being the question, it creates more and more and more, right? It's almost like, I'll just show you this Mandela I have. It's almost like this, right? A question keeps questioning, keeps questioning, keeps questioning, it keeps going, it keeps inviting in everything from the universe to where you are, to who you be, to how you be, because you already have everything. You already have everything. You already have and be everything that's in that question. So if you're asking a question that's way outside of what you vibrate to, that has nothing to do with how you align you, your life, your living, your family, your loved ones, all of those vibrations. Ask yourself, what is this? Right? Is this question in alignment with what and who and how I play in the world? Am I asking a question to be like somebody else? Good morning, Teresa. Hey Sandy, am I asking a question that invigorates my life, my living? So, again, pop in with your questions. Hey, Sandy, welcome, welcome. We've got a lot of people on here. Tell me what's popping for you, right? Am I in the right wheelhouse here? Give me a thumbs up or a heart or a like or something so I know that I'm in the right place. It seems that this is now the time, with the world changing, with the planet changing, more than ever for us to actually be the question, right? Good morning, Elaine. To be the question. Frederick, oh God, Frederick says, okay, I'm stopping. I ask questions to survive. Exactly. I love you, Frederick. Thank you so much. Yes, that's a huge awareness from a lot of people. Are you asking questions from survival or thrival? Are you asking questions with the acknowledgement, wow, I am different. I'm so grateful for the difference that I truly be. And what's possible here? What is it that I'd like to create with my life and my living? Not coming from looking at what somebody else is doing, but coming from who you truly be. That brilliant essence of love and light that you truly be. Vanessa, questions are difficult. Whoop, Seymour. Questions are difficult for me, even small talk, and I've realized it is more about survival, to be open to the awareness of the universe and instead of judgment of me. Absolutely. Absolutely, Vanessa. Yep. Frederick says, go on, please. Well, here's the deal. You can't be what you're not, right? If you're love and light and creativity and you are so different. We often ask a question to be like someone else, or to have somebody else's reality, or to duplicate somebody else's point of view, their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions. Right? That's not being in the question. Being in the question is like, so I wonder what today will bring. Right? Yesterday I had this whole plan of, I'm writing on my book and nobody's in the house. What did I do? I watched some Netflix. I made amazing curried cauliflower soup, chocolate chip cookies. All of that was nurturing me. I was laughing with my daughter. My daughter says, Mommy, you're an amazing procrastinator. I actually don't have a point of view, right? I was like, what would create the greatest amount of possibilities? When I went to bed, I was so grateful, right? I said, I wonder what today will bring. And receiving information, writing notes all night, getting the download, right? It's like, I wonder what this afternoon will be, right? There's no criticism. There's no judgment. Good morning, Kimberly. Frederick, let me know if that assists you, right? Because I know I look at life differently. I know I be with life differently. I know I choose, right? I choose in the question. What will this create in my life 5 years from now, 5 minutes from now, 10 years from now? Truth. Do I have more fun playing with writing a book than writing the book? Well, in this 10 seconds, I guess so. Cool. And what else is possible with the way that I create, right? Not criticizing the way that I create, but being so grateful that whatever and however I create is so different from anybody else. That's my vibration. That's the vibration I play with. That's who I came here to be. And to actually show people there's a different possibility, right? Of living in the question and being in the question, not just asking a question, right? So, anybody else have any questions, any more awarenesses? Thank you so much, Frederic, for that. Yeah. And thank you, Vanessa, and all of you who are popping on. I'm so grateful. Again, this is a topic that's out there in the universe right now. Grab it, right? And be gut honest with yourself. Are you living in the question, or are you living for a question? Right? Are you like, what question can I ask? That would change this. What if you had like a little gratitude party for the way that you be and all the cells that are shifting and moving and changing, and instill that into the questions that you're asking? Instill it from curiosity without looking for an answer, right? I got a thumbs up on that. So let me know. Have I fried y'all? Any comments or questions? So grateful. This is Ask Susan. It's about being present with the questions that you're asking. And really what came to me was how many people right now are pondering, what is a question? What question can I be to change this? Not what question can, I got a thumbs up from Kimberly. Not what question can I ask? You've got to be willing to be that question. Hey, Rosanna, welcome. Frederic, I've asked to create bigger to inspire a lot of peeps and for people to help me with my creation. Awesome. Janie, interesting what you said about being taught not to ask questions at a young age. Absolutely. It's the truth and continues to be true for me. I try to be conscious about that with my son and encourage him to ask so he can not only learn my point of view. Absolutely, Daria. Thank you, Daria. Frederic says, and guess what? What? Thank you, Janie. Absolutely. And that's what I see as well with Kelsey, one of my daughters, raising her little beings. It's the willingness to be in the question. How's this working for you? What would you like to create? Not what would you like to create to satisfy my needs, right? What is it that you're asking to create? What is it that would bring you joy? Does what you're asking bring you joy, or are you asking from desperation? Frederic, I spent all night on a brand new program. Awesome! Thank you, Frederic. Fantastic. Did you start this ahead of time, Frederic? Yay! How can I be so lucky? Absolutely. And you've got to be, when people ask, how did I get so lucky? You have to, ask yourself, are you actually willing to be that joyous that actually instills and invites more to come in, right? That's the vibration that you be. So everywhere you channeled who you be and what you be and how you be into a question that actually doesn't work for you, or a question that you're looking for an answer for, ask yourself, who am I asking this question for, right? Yeah. So, thank you so much. I love this. I'm like roasting. I'm like so excited about this because it actually has me asking questions. I'm like, wow, if this is out there in the universe right now, what difference can I be to actually shift and change what isn't working, right? And I wonder what that could create for myself, for the world, for the planet, for the universe, right? And be willing to be present. Because you get these whispers from the universe. Like I do this because it's almost like a caress on the side of your face. When you ask a question and you're just willing to be space. And are you willing to listen to that caress? Maybe yes, maybe no. Are you willing to step out of judgment of how you listen? Vanessa, growing up with an alcoholic father, I learned from a young age to be quiet is easier than ask. So what else is possible going forward? I love that, Vanessa. My mom was quite alcoholic as well. And once we have that awareness that none of that is ours, right? None of that is ours. All that instilling between the ages of 0 and 7 of what was right and what was wrong, and that you carried forward into today has nothing to do with who you be. That has to do with who they were, right? So what's possible going forward is like, wow, who am I today? What grand and glorious adventure can I be, do, have, create, change, choose, instill, and instigate? I wonder. Are you willing to be the question of wonderment? And acknowledge when a question is contract, it's not yours. It's not a question. Yeah, let me know if that helps you. Teresa says that's an interesting question. Let me know if that helps you, Teresa. Hey, maybe Britannia, welcome, welcome. Yeah, again, for those of us who were brought up in non-functioning families, and when I say non-functioning, I mean they weren't nurturing, right? And yet here you are, asking questions, right? Acknowledge that. Gratitude for that. I wonder what question I can ask from this space of gratitude. I wonder what that would create. Vesna, hi, Vesna. Teresa says, awesome clearings. I'm vibrating here. Susan says, Teresa, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for all of you. This is just that space in which we can clear out what isn't working. That's the target with Ask Susan. Thanks for the help. So grateful, Vanessa. You're so welcome. And if any of you want to dive deeper, private message me. I'm actually working with people all the time with private clients, whether it's couples relationships, private relationships, your relationship with your life, your living, your body, your relationship with a question. Private message me. Let's get on the phone and see what we can shift together and investigate truly what else is possible. I adore you all. Thank you so much. I wonder, truly, are you willing to be the question that creates? Ardell says, thank you, Ardell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If there's no other questions, I'd love to make it short and sweet, give you a little juicy nuggets, invite your questions in, and love you and leave you. Truly, I wonderment. Are you willing to ask a question with wonderment? Asking a question with gratitude, asking a question with acknowledgement, right? Rosanna, got a heart from you. Thank you so much. It's so important when you ask a question to be the question and acknowledge. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Got big hearts on that. And acknowledge everything you have created and everything you are that brought you right here to this question, right? Asking a question from Thrival. Hey, Daria, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I adore you all. I will see you next week on Ask Susan Sunday Live. If you have a question that you want the theme to be about, write it down on the Ask Susan Facebook or write me privately, private message me. 90 days of change, it's ongoing. Come on in. How much change are you asking for? I wonder. And how much change are you willing to acknowledge that you already have created? Let's see what else is possible. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader that you came here to be. A fearless leader is what the world needs more of right now, right? So acknowledge that, and let's see what we can create together. Bye-bye, and thanks so much for joining me.